Hey there, design cutters! Renee here with an Illustrator-based tutorial for a cute holiday card. This is a great tutorial for Illustrator beginners. We'll create our layout using hand-drawn illustrations, patterns, and ornaments. Follow along by downloading the freebie pack at designcuts.com. Open Illustrator and go to File New. In the New Document dialog box, name your file. Under Number of Artboards, enter 2. Next to Columns, make sure you have 2. Then enter a width of 6.25 inches and a height of 6.25 inches. Under Bleed, make sure the link icon on the far right is selected and enter a top bleed of 0.125 inches. Then click OK to create the 2-page document. Select the Rectangle tool. Click once on the left artboard. In the pop-up, enter a width of 6.5 inches and a height of 6.5 inches, then click OK. To center the square on the artboard, open your Align palette and under Align Objects, select the icons for Horizontal Align Center and Vertical Align Center. Open the Color palette. Enter CMYK values of 30, 10, 18, 0 for the fill color. Click on the stroke icon at the top left of the palette to make it active, then select None at the bottom left of the palette. Now we'll repeat the process on the right artboard. Select the Rectangle tool, click once on the right artboard. In the dialog pop-up box, enter a width and height of 6.5 inches, then click OK. Center the square on the second artboard by selecting the icons for Horizontal Align Center and Vertical Align Center in the Align palette. In the Color palette, enter CMYK values of 10, 95, 75, 20. In either the Purchase pack or in the Freebies folder, open the Lisa Glanz texture pattern file. Use your selection tool to select the pattern. Press Command-C to copy, then close the file, and in your main layout, press Command-V to paste. Go to your Color palette. Select the Fill icon and enter a CMYK value of 10, 95, 75, 0. Then open your Swatches palette. Use your Selection tool to drag the red pattern into the Swatches palette, and this will create a new pattern swatch. Now press Backspace to delete the original from the artboard. Select the darker red square background. Press Command-C to copy, then click on an empty space outside the artboard to deselect. Press Command-V to paste in place, and then in the Swatches palette, select the new swatch pattern. Now lock this layer in the Layers palette. Click the Create New Layer icon. Double-click the layer name and change it to Design Elements. Now open the Lisa Glanz Snow file. Select the falling snow vector and press Command-C to copy. In the main layout, press Command-V to paste. Hold Shift and use the corner handles to reduce the size until it's about the same width as the artboard with bleeds, and position at the top of the first artboard. Now we'll select the pile of snow either from the Freebies file or from the original Lisa Glanz Build Your Own Snow Globe file. Press Command-C to copy, then Command-W to close the file, and in the main layout press Command-V to paste. At the top of the artboard, make sure the link icon between width and height is turned on, and next to width, enter 7.625 inches and press Enter. Center the snow on the artboard by selecting the icon for Horizontal Align Center in the Align palette. Then position at the bottom of the first artboard so that no blue is visible at the bottom. Now we're going to mask this out so it doesn't bleed over onto the second artboard. Select your rectangle tool. Draw a rectangle starting on the far left edge of the bleed above the snow pile and ending at the bottom right corner. With the rectangle still selected, hold Shift and click on the snow pile to add it to the selection. And then with both selected, go to Object, Clipping Mask, Make. Now we'll open the Lisa Glanz Houses file. Select the houses vector and press Command-C to copy, then Command-W to close the file. In the main layout, press Command-V to paste. Then with the houses still selected, go to Object, Ungroup. This will allow us to individually manipulate the position of each house. So we're going to position the houses along the snow pile with each at a slightly different angle to match the curve of the pile. Select the house on the far left, drag it to the left side of the first artboard, and position so it sits mostly above the snow pile. Hover over the corner handle until you see the double-sided rotation arrow, then click and rotate to the left until the house is sitting at the same angle as the snow. Then we'll just repeat with the next house, and then the one after that, and the one after that. You'll continue positioning each house one at a time and adjusting the rotation to match the snow until you reach the right side of the artboard. Select the remaining unused houses and delete them. Hold Shift while making selections to select more than one item at a time, so we'll select all of the houses. With all of them selected, we'll go to Object, Group to group them together. Then we'll go to Object, Arrange, Send Backward to send them just behind the snow. Now we'll open the Lisa Glanz Mouse and Lamp file. We'll start with the lamp. If you're pulling it from the original bundle, you'll need to use your Group Selection tool to remove the fingers. If you're pulling it from the freebies file, you won't have to worry about that. So use your Selection tool, press Command-C to copy, then paste it into the main layout using Command-V. Go to Object, Transform, Rotate. Enter 5 degrees and press OK. Position the lamp on the far left side of the artboard, almost centered vertically. Go back into the same file and select the smallest mouse. Press Command-C to copy, then go ahead and close the file. In the main layout, press Command-V to paste, and then position the mouse just below the lamp. Now we'll open the Summit Avenue Scallop Frame file. Use your Selection tool to drag across the elements, and then press Command-C to copy. Close the file, and then in your main layout, click once on the second artboard and press Command-V to paste. At the top, enter a width of 5.375 inches. Then use your Align palette to center the frame on the artboard, horizontally and vertically. Hold Shift and click once on the white area of the frame to deselect it. Now open your Swatches palette. We're going to use a gold color from the mouse's sweater, so with only the black sections of the frame selected, select the darker gold swatch in the palette. Next, we'll open the District 62 Retro Christmas file. Select the outlined holly element, press Command-C to copy, close the file, and press Command-V to paste into the main layout. Now grab your Group Selection tool, the white arrow with a plus sign. Click once on the white area of the left holly leaf, then hold Shift and also select the large white area on the right holly leaf. In the Swatches palette, select the mint green swatch that's already available. This was also part of the mouse graphic we pasted in earlier and was automatically added to your swatches. Now use your Group Selection tool to select the 3 white fill areas of the holly berries. Open your color palette. Click the CMYK icon below the tint percentage to convert to a CMYK build, and then enter values of 10, 95, 75, 0. Use the Group Selection tool to select the outermost path of the holly leaf, the dark gray outline. Go to Select, Same, Fill Color, and in the Swatches palette, select the medium brown color that also came from the mouse graphic. Now switch to your main selection tool. Select the entire holly element and drag it down until it covers the bottom point of the frame. Next, go to Object Transform Reflect. Choose Horizontal Axis and press Copy. Position the copy at the center top of the frame. Now open your Layers palette and lock the Design Elements layer. Click the Create New Layer icon, double-click the name of the new layer, and change it to Text. Now select your Type tool. Click once at the top right of the first artboard and type quote, ... all the creatures, and then a line break, were caroling, ... In the color palette, enter CMYK values of 10, 95, 75, 20. Now I'm going to use one of my favorite all-time fonts called Wallington Pro. It has a Christmassy feel and a ton of great alternates that give it a really custom look. If you don't have Wallington, you can substitute a free decorative font like Santa's Sleigh by Hypotypo, which you can find online. Open the Character palette, choose Wallington Pro, and set the font size to 21 point with leading, the space between lines, at 30 point. Then click the arrow at the top right of the palette to access the flyout menu and choose All Caps. Next, we'll use Alternates. So open your Glyphs palette, select the A in All, and you'll see that there are a ton of options. To narrow it down, next to Show, we'll select Alternates for Current Selection, and that'll show us just the alternates for the A. Once I use the more decorative A, we start to cover up our ellipse at the beginning of the sentence, so I'll add a few spaces. For the, I want to use a catchword, so we'll go back to showing the entire font. So as you can see, anytime I'm selecting a single letter, I'll go to Alternates for Current Selection, and if it's going to be a catchword, or in the case of this font, sometimes they have letter combinations available. So in those cases, you want to make sure you're showing the entire font. I'm selecting which letters to give alternates to based partially on what's available and looks cool, but also keeping an overall sense of balance to the weight of the piece. So as far as balance goes, I think this would look better if "We're Caroling" was pushed over to the right a little bit. So I'll use my type tool to click before "were" and just add a few spaces. With your main selection tool, hold Option, then click on the block of text and drag down to create a duplicate. With your type tool, select all of the text in the duplicate and replace it with ... even the mouse, period, end quotes. Again, we'll use the glyphs palette to replace some of the letters with alternates, including the catchword for "the." We'll position this at the bottom right towards the middle of the snow pile. Now with your selection tool, hold Option again, click on either block of text, and drag to the right to create a duplicate onto the second artboard. With your type tool, select all of the copy in the duplicate and replace it with "Happy Holidays," line break, "From our family to yours." Use your type tool to select the entire first line that says "Happy Holidays," and in the character palette, increase the font size to 33 point. Now select the second line and change the font size to 20 point. Switch to your main selection tool, then open your paragraph palette and select Align Center. Then we'll position in the middle of the second artboard, a little more towards the top. Use your Align palette to center. For our last step, we'll replace a few of the letters with alternates and catchwords using the glyphs palette again. Again, you'll see that Wallington has some really fun options for letter combinations. And that's it. I think you're ready to make your own custom holiday cards. They'll fit in a standard 6.5 by 6.5 inch square envelope, which you can usually find at stationery stores. I hope you guys enjoyed getting a jump start on the holidays and learning some basic Illustrator techniques like masking and making patterns. Whether it's your outcome for this tutorial or something new, head over to our Facebook page and share it with us. Let us know what you think in the comments below and give us a thumbs up if you like the tutorial. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/designcuts to get more video tutorials and regular updates, or visit us at designcuts.com. Thanks for watching. Till next time!